Um, Mars, are you gonna join the stage, brother? What are you doing? Bro thinks I'm his co-host and wasn't trolling. Oh, there he is. All righty. Um, so this is something new that me and the Brit are starting up for this season. Um, to be fair, haven't come up with a name quite yet. Okay, but y'all have been familiar with this kind of platform or layout before, so it'll be me and Mars. Um, talking with you guys when you request up about the topic that we have at hand or anything that you want to talk about. Um, if you got some smoke with either one of us, you know what I'm saying? You got a beef, if you got problems, nigga, pull up. See what I'm saying? Pull up. Um, so yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Shout out to Smoke. Bam, 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 bam. We got a new subscriber. You know what I'm saying? Um, but Mars, how you doing? Well, for you this evening.
Yeah, and you're late, but it's cool.
I don't even have
I'll let it
headphones
slide.
in, so I can't even hear you talking shit. But I definitely read your mouth and said you were late, so it doesn't matter. 5 minutes. Get a 5 minute grace period.
Oh, you gave yourself that grace period. Good to know.
Mhm. Okay, so obviously, Chris Webber, Stan, my good brother in Christ. Uh, we get it. You're upset. By the way, you know what? I'm gonna let you address this. Uh, I'm gonna let you address this problem or whatever. If you haven't been living under a rock, Mars has been getting a lot of smoke for this little tweet that he had. So go ahead. I don't me personally from my dealings with Mars and talking to Mars, I clearly think he is somebody that is progressive, right? But Mars is also, in my opinion, a pessimist, right? He's pessimistic. He's a glass half empty type of nigga. And the way that he portrays that is to troll a lot, right? But that doesn't mean that he has ill will or bad intent. Okay, that's my interpretation. But go ahead, Mars.
Nothing to explain. I said the word no. Everyone got mad. Um, nah. Shout out to Twitter, man. The people are mad. Um, I tried to remedy the situation. Real Talk said no. So I don't know. I tried to suggest that we make all the proceeds that we make from this episode go towards the disenfranchised, and Real Talk said fuck no. So I mean, I tried, but nah, people mad. Shout out to Twitter. It's a big deal for a lot of people. They take it very seriously over there. Um, Seeing a lot of people share their feelings about how they felt about me for a long time. Um, it's crazy that when like someone gets quote unquote exposed, everyone already knew the person was a weirdo. They just didn't say anything the whole time. Um, the funniest one, I saw some what was his name? OKC something. He didn't even tag me. He just put a tweet out saying Mars Talk Sports is a bitch. And then I clicked on his profile, saw the follow back icon. I was like, oh, cool. Nice. Um, get your show off, I guess. Um, but yeah, I'm having a good time. Shout out to KB. Trying to do a good thing. Um, his tweet has 5 replies, and none of them are speaking about the situation. So people, I guess, were focused on other things. But hey, I stand with everyone, man. I stand with everyone. Um,
Um, yeah.
yeah.
Here over here, I just want to make sure that everyone's aware we stand with all marginalized and disenfranchised
Eh,
communities across the globe. Um, and the reason why we're not giving the proceeds is because I'm marginalized and disenfranchised myself. So that's how that works. Now to the show, to basketball. Obviously you all see the title. Um, so we're going to discuss some top surprises so far in the NBA this season. There's a lot to get into. Over there in the YouTube chat, by the way, if you do want to request up and join us and talk to us, hit that link to that playback link in the description, and you'll be able to join the chat over here and request up over here as well. And again, the whole show isn't just supposed to be me and Mars. Y'all can request up, and if you have a few topics you want to get into, we'll get into that as well. Let me see. Hold on, Greek. So we're going to discuss for about 10 minutes, and then we'll get into it. What has been your more shocking surprises to start the season?
um, I think I'm gonna be honest. The most shocking surprise for me was how the Spurs started the season. Um, no De'Aaron Fox, Wemby coming out crazy. Um, I definitely didn't expect that, especially after seeing the preseason, seeing all the turnovers that were happening with Wemby. Although he was scoring very efficiently, I just thought the lack of point guard play was going to hinder them. And I'm not gonna lie, I understated his defensive impact, which I didn't know was possible. Um, he's at that point where you can just have a number one defense, or OKC notwithstanding, number one defense, just with his presence and his ability to deter shots at the rim, and that gives San Antonio a lot higher floor than I thought. I think right now, what are they, 6-2 after just beating Houston yesterday?
I believe so. Yeah. Hmm.
So I think they're a top three seed in the West right now on the strength of elite defense. De'Aaron obviously hasn't played yet. I think he's coming back tonight. Um, I had this team as like a play-in team, and I was looking at them in the tail end of the play-in. But this team, when fully healthy with De'Aaron, when Dylan Harper comes back, Luke Cornett, because I have not liked the Kelly Olynyk minutes. Um, I think they're a legitimately good team. Now, does that mean contender for a title? Probably not. But I think Wemby cementing himself as that fifth best player on the planet, and then the rest of the roster just kind of filling in around him. The Spurs have definitely been a pleasant surprise for me to start the seasons. I was lower on them than maybe most.
Yeah, Spurs definitely took me by surprise as well. A player I wanted to talk about very quickly, Josh Giddey, man. Over there in Chicago has been balling out of control. I know me personally, I've never been that high on Josh Giddey. I would assume the same for you as well. But he's going over there to Chicago and he's looking like everything Chilltown said he would. So shout out to Chill for seeing the vision. Very good ball handler, very good at maintaining or dictating pace for that team. I'm starting to well, not starting because I've said this multiple times. That in itself is a lot of value. Um, I
You're
know
just
I
not
troll
used.
about some other players that do
Yeah.
the same thing, but that is a lot of value. Just maintaining pace, getting into early offense often, right? Not playing against set defenses consistently. That is very much so an advantage that can be created by the ball handler simply by dictating pace. He's also just been a really good 3-point shooter so far this season, which I definitely did not see coming from him. He's hitting his threes, even pull ups at a really good clip right now, passing the ball at a really good clip. Him and Vooch have very good chemistry on their pick and pop and pick and roll game. Um, yeah, he's been phenomenal for them so far, and he's been a top 10 point guard in this league so far this season, and maybe even pushing higher than that. But even him reaching top 10 heights this quickly so far this year is definitely something I wasn't foreseeing myself. So yeah, I want to give a shout to Josh Giddey. Um, if you
He's
were to
averaging
say,
22, 10, and 10, basically.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's giving you that little triple dub. I also want to point out because I don't want greatness to just be, oh, that's what we supposed to see. So like, shout out to guys like Luca, Giannis, right? Even though like, yeah, we expect them to be great players. It's like Luca's averaging 40. Like that never needs to just be like, oh yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Giannis is shooting like 83% at the basket. Shea's doing the no lose gimmick again, right? Just win every game that he goes out there and plays and just pencil him in for 30 guaranteed. Um so yeah, shout out to them. Jokic is now scoring the ball and he's looking like his 23 self, right? So the top of the league also is performing at all-time levels. So we just need to point that out as well.
it's been a really good start to the season. I'm not gonna lie. Like the only downside is like Luca obviously missing games, so you haven't seen him as much as the other guys. But to your point, the guy is averaging like a 40-point triple double right now.
Yeah.
So that's a great watch. Giannis is doing what he's doing. Shea is like rested like half the fourth quarters, and
Mm-hmm.
he's still averaging 30 whatever, and he's looked amazing. Um, ooh, Devin Booker.
Mm.
Devin Booker has been amazing. And last year was a down year for Devin Booker, but I think really it's the shooting guard like landscape of the NBA. Like they've all been really good, and obviously missing
Mm-hmm.
time, but he had like 37 last night.
Yeah, he went crazy
All
yesterday.
like the top three two guards, D Mitch, Devin Booker, and have all been really, really good. And this is a position that, like, in my opinion, was kind of like dying or fading out because
Mm-hmm.
like most of the real two guards ended up just playing the one more
Great
consistently.
point. Yeah.
But like these guys, especially more so D Book and Ant, in my opinion, like the more typical two guards, have
Mm-hmm.
been amazing. Devin Booker's been an amazing shot maker. He's been competing on defense, really good playmaker after a slow start to the season, the first couple games. Donovan Mitchell has now become a 3-level scorer. His mid-range game has been amazing this season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with his refined scoring arsenal, I don't know what he's averaging because he had that game where he played 5 minutes. So it probably
Yeah.
tanked his averages. But like in my mind, he's averaging 30. Like I think that's been a pleasant surprise to see. Like the resurgence of tradition in the NBA seems to be coming back. We're seeing more double big lineups. We're
Mm-hmm.
seeing two guards play like two guards. We're seeing Josh Giddey be a point guard and
Mm-hmm.
like dominate the NBA. So like the NBA is going in this cycle right now where we're seeing why it's important for people to have traditional, not traditional roles, but be able to do traditional things. And I think that's been a very pleasant surprise to see early on this season, and I just hope it maintains.
I agree. I agree. Shout out to that boy D Mitch, man. Never gets his full credit, in my opinion. Me and Chilltown's opinion. He one of them ones for real. So I'm gonna start letting some of you all up. Again, definitely hit that request, come up and give us, whatever you've been shocked about or surprised about so far this season. I'm not going to require that you have your camera on. I would like if you do, but I'm not going to require it as of today. All right, all right. So let's get into it. We have one fellow request right now. Let's see.
Please don't be who I think it. Oh my god. It's okay. I know what prop is coming right now. It's gonna be fun.
Hello, sir.
It was amazing to be up here. Hello, Mars.
Hello.
All right, let's get straight to the point. Giannis is Giannis like one of the like five best playmakers like on the planet. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. We have a player that peaked as a top 15 offensive player ever, probably, and maybe post merger a top 15 defensive player ever. You can't tell me KG is better than that. Marshall.
Oh, we making Super Giannis? Is that what we're doing? We making Super Giannis?
We're not, but I'm saying if you have that in
Because
one
when he
prime,
peaked as a top 15
in one
defender
prime,
ever, he did
you have
not peak
that
as a
in
top
one
15
prime.
offensive player.
That's one prime. We have
Oh,
that
in one prime, yeah. Shout out to that one prime. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one prime. There's no way you have. Yeah. You're not telling me KG is better than that.
Is Tim Duncan better than that?
No.
Okay, so why are you
Yeah.
talking about KG?
Yeah, neither one of those guys have a better prime. Yeah,
there you go. Aim higher.
Tim
Why are you
Duncan
talking
is just
about
overrated
KG? There you
offensively.
go. Talk about why he better than Tim Duncan.
Yeah, and yeah, like a top 3 run.
So you have Giannis as the best power forward ever?
He has like the best prime ever. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
you
I don't
agree.
think it's
you
that
agree
close.
with that,
I
real
don't
talk?
think it's that close.
Yeah, you agree with that, real talk?
I don't think it's that close. Like honestly.
I'm trying to. I'm looking at this PFP. I'm trying to.
I thought I was Peyton Pritchard and Boban.
Like I don't think it's that close, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's,
you don't think it's
like
that
the
close.
offensive depth from
Zach
Duncan is like
Edey and,
huge,
what's
bro.
his name?
Like
what's the
huge.
biggest hands ever in the league?
Huh?
Name?
You know what?
Jason Grills, fix your mic a little bit. You're kind of
control your room. Come on.
You're kind of muffled or far away from the mic or something like that.
I just think the offense, bro, like it's so huge, bro. The dip off from KG and Duncan is the dip off in their primes is just so huge to the point where it's not even like. And I can get spurts to where like Giannis amps it up to like plays to like nobody else can make. So I'm sorry, bro. Like it's no way you're gonna tell me those guys have a better prime. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
When would you say is Giannis's? I wouldn't say prime, but peak.
His peak is probably like 22, maybe 22. His peak.
No, give me like a 3 stretch of years, maybe. 3 stretch of years.
20 to 22. 20 to 22. Because I could like that 20 regular season. Like I'm going to harper on that until I die, bro. Like I'm getting S tier help defense, S tier roamer, free safety. Oh my god! And I'm getting elite run protection. The motor is S tier. Like I'm sorry. Then at 21, he ain't like he does it again in the playoffs. What?
Sounds like Kevin Garnett. That's what it sounds like.
But you're not getting the best run finisher since Shaq either on offense. So I don't
but I'm getting floor space and value and elite.
I don't care about that, bro. He's finishing at 8.
You don't have to care. They're not the same person.
Isn't Kevin Garnett the better passer?
He's a better playmaker. He's getting to the rim and creating so like, bro. Why do we devalue kickouts? Like he's creating so many threes, bro. Like he's like one of the 5 best playmakers on the planet, bro. Like I don't get.
Yeah, but that's not 2020 to 2022. Giannis wasn't that.
But I'm saying though, even if he subbed that, like he's still providing even like 60% of that at that time. With like the rim
60% of that that's a big drop off, by the way.
Yeah, but the defense is still like, come on, bro. Like,
I agree. I think it's his peak as well. But
okay, so I'm saying like I don't know, I don't get it. I don't like what is KG peak for him to like the offense just isn't relatively close at all in my opinion, because Giannis is finishing at the rim at a like historic rate, and the playmaking relative to bigs is like elite to all time levels. Like
I will say this though, Mars, what does Giannis have to do, or do you think it's even possible for him to be better than Kevin Garnett?
Like peak wise?
I think 1 year
peak unless I think Giannis is peaking now. I'm probably I think like 03.
Yeah, you shut the door on that.
Yeah.
I think 03 to 05 kg, or especially like if you're doing 1 year, 04 versus
1 year maybe. Yeah.
Like if I'm doing that, then I'm probably gonna favor KG. But Giannis has put together so many years at this point that like he's getting up there beyond KG. Like we're talking about KG, Duncan, like. We're going to a point we're approaching a decade of this with Giannis.
Like, so. No, I don't think Duncan has a case though. Like I think KG peaked higher than Duncan.
Hey, can I get a mod over there in my YouTube chat?
I don't think Duncan has.
Let me get a mod over there in my YouTube chat. And ZZ, are you there?
Like can we get to the real basketball talk? I don't think Duncan has the game.
Morant, make good now. What's up?
The defense
We good?
is
No, we still hear your fan in the background or something.
Oh
Game.
shoot!
Yes,
the
So
defense looks
unprofessional,
good, but I don't
man.
think he has the game for him.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you have something else, Greek Goat? Because
I knew he was coming up.
Oh yeah,
just from Giannis, bro.
Kobe over Magic offensively. I value the half court stuff a lot. The all time.
Is Giannis proper now? He talking about he valued the half court. Okay.
He's a guard though. The versatility, the ability to play off and on the ball at all time great levels. Elite driver, elite shot maker, GOAT level shot maker. He just had no flaws, and he skilled up as an elite playmaker and passer. I value that half court ability, and relative, I think he'll be more portable than Magic anyway. So I just think Kobe's a better offensive player. I think Magic's a better anchor. And I don't think that means he's a better offensive player because he's a better anchor. I don't think that's what that means at all. Because AD wouldn't be better than a lot of guys on defense, but his ability is what makes him better. Yeah.
You agree with that, Roto?
I mean, I think Kobe's a better offensive player than Magic. I don't value. I know.
And Nash would be a
coincidentally
better
enough,
offensive player than LeBron.
Coincidentally enough, I just said I value guards that can dictate pace and all that. That is valuable. However, it's not more valuable than half court mastery, which is what we got out of Kobe Bean Bryant during his prime.
But can it be more valuable than that?
Can it? Yeah, if the other player also doesn't offer transition offense. So this is actually a conundrum that I'm getting with Luka. Luka to me has basically mastered half court offense. Yeah, it's pick and roll, isolation,
on the ball,
shot making, all of that. But he's a dud in transition. If we kick the ball to hey, Greek Goat, are you gonna cut me off every two words?
I disagree.
Okay, well then wait a minute, and then I'll let you respond.
Okay.
All right, appreciate you. Right, so what I'm saying is, when we kick the ball to Luka gets it, and 9 times out of 10, he's just gonna slow it down. That's what he's gonna do. We're gonna kick out to Luka, kick out pass. He's gonna get it and be like, "Oh yeah, you finna go." Appreciate your Greek Goat. Appreciate your time. Yeah. So he's gonna get it and he's gonna slow it down. I have a problem with that because now it's well, damn, we can't really get nothing in transition for real because he don't want to transition. He don't want to just go. But I understand because he knows Luka's not some athletic finisher at the rim, albeit though he's 6'7", he's not going to get it, push the pace, and then finish over the top of somebody at the basket. That's not his game. Now, if he gets it, and I will say this, it'll probably look better if it's Derrick Jones Jr. running with him in transition, to where at least now, okay, I can push a little bit, attract the one defender, lob pass, stuff like that. But when when it's him and Austin, and they're ain't nobody finna finish vertically. Nobody's finna do that out of them two. So it's just you know what? Let me just stop. Okay, now the advantage is gone. Now I have to create another advantage because I can't capitalize on the transition. Do you see that from Luka?
Yeah, I think he does have a willingness to throw outlets. When he first teams up with Bron, Fat Luka was definitely throwing that outlet to Bron. I've seen him throw it a couple times when Ayton runs the floor. So he will do it, but when he has the ball in his hands, he will opt. But he will opt to slow it down and play in the half court. But I even think second stint Cavs LeBron had a tendency to do that as well, which is surprising because he didn't push in transition as much as I think he was entirely capable of. He was still an amazing transition player, but that was definitely, especially once you're getting to not late in games, but there's definitely moments where, especially in the playoffs, Bron would choose to slow things down, where like whether it's off a rebound and he could push, but he'll choose to just play in the half court, get his mismatch, and do what he does. But he was also like the best half court player in the NBA. So it's like there's not really a downside to it. It's just that transition is inherently more efficient. So the more you can play in transition, your offense is going to fare better. And I think that's probably my offensively one of my two biggest gripes with Luka at this point is just like the lack of transition value. Like even Jokic is like looking for that outlet pass like every time. So although he's not running the break, he's finding guys for like easy transition opportunities. And Denver are frying in transition. Giannis is obviously, it goes without saying. Shea is very up tempo. Like just even in the half court, Shea is just more of a quick attacker than Luka is. But my bigger issue with Luka is I just think he's more not susceptible. I don't think susceptible. I think his playmaking, especially when you come up against like switching defenses, can get like nullified to a degree that maybe most other guys, especially of his playmaking tier, don't. Where like if you switch a big onto Luka, he's going to look to score like every time. And that's not a problem when you're averaging 40. But I do think in like the grand scheme of things that you can see Luka have more poor playmaking series, whether that be the first round last year, the finals against Boston, even going back to like 2022. And I'm not saying it bleeds a lot of value. He's still one of the 5 best players on the planet, one of the 2 or 3 best offensive players. But when we are talking about the upper echelon, you think Luka's a top 10 offensive player ever?
For sure, without a doubt.
Yeah. So when I'm talking about one of the 10 best offensive players ever, I do think these nits become a bigger deal than like comparing him to Josh Giddey. Like obviously Josh Giddey pushes the pace more than Luka, but we just don't care. Like shout out to Josh Giddey. It's not doing nothing in the conversation with Luka. But when it's in the conversation with Steve Nash, James Harden had this problem as well. Like when it's in a conversation with a Steve Nash or a prime LeBron or a Magic Johnson, I do think that does become a bit more relevant. Like Michael Jordan was a monster in transition as well. I saw you say yesterday when you was making your little video about Jokic. You said you think he's one of the 5 best offensive players ever, maybe even top 3. Who fills out the rest of that 5?
First off, nothing I do is little. Let's put some respect
My fault.
on the big brand here that you see on the wall.
Yeah, facts.
No. Look, I have LeBron as the greatest offensive player ever. Second, I would go Michael Jordan. Third, man. Third, I'm gonna go Kobe. Fourth, I'm gonna go Steph.
Interesting.
And fifth, I'm gonna go Jokic. But to me, it is a toss-up between Jokic and Shaq. I definitely understand if you have Shaq. And obviously there's a name for some that doesn't belong in these talks, right? My third player, it's cool as whatever. If you have Kobe, as long as Kobe's in your top 8, I'm cool. It's whatever. Yeah. As long as he's in your top 8, it's cool. Shaq, obviously, Shaq and Steph to me are the 2 offensive players that kind of like just bit the court more than everybody else. Like they garner more attention than probably everybody else in basketball history. Like Shaq, you have to collapse your entire defense majority of the time to try to stop Shaq. And then Steph's movement and shooting, like, yeah, we troll about that gravity shit, but like that's real. It's real. You see, there's no other player has been such a threat to where teams are consistently willing to give up a layup instead of him shooting a 3. That is bending the court in ways we haven't. Like, yeah, Reggie did it some, Ray Allen did it some. I don't think we've seen it to this degree. Like, okay, Draymond's doing that dribble handoff business with Steph. He fakes it, knowing that, yeah, everybody's just gonna fly with Steph, and he just walks into a dunk. It's like, holy shit. You have to you have to take that into account, in my opinion. Obviously, for me, Kobe, all of the skill work, being able to get out in transition and be a play finisher there as well. I do think his passing and playmaking is very slept on. I just feel like I can basically put him wherever on the court in whatever role, and he would thrive. Me personally, post, mid post, ball handler, working off pin downs and all that kind of stuff. He can work off ball. He could screen as well off ball. Like he did a lot of stuff, in my opinion, to a high degree. So yeah, that'll probably be my top 5 offensive players. What about you? I know there's a PG out there in Phoenix that's probably in yours. Oh yeah.
No, I did this for the pod a while back, but I don't agree with that no more because I had Jokic number 1. Let me find it. Where are we at? Yeah, okay.
You can still hear this win and stuff or nah?
You're better now. So yeah, after Mars gives his top 5, we'll get to you. And then I do have to read this. Let me see if it's still there.
Got you.
We definitely have a power chat over there on the YouTube side that I'm gonna have to read. Go ahead, Mars.
I'd have the order is where it gets tricky. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I could just have a number 1. I think it would just be dependent on the day. The 5 is some assortment of Jokic, MJ, Steph, Bron. And then that 5th spot is... Yeah, I'd put Magic in the top 5. Yeah, so Jokic, MJ, Steph, Bron, and Magic would be some assortment of the top 5. Obviously, relative. As you know, relative. I think it's weird because like they all do things differently. Like MJ, I think, is the greatest scorer ever. That's where a large portion of his value comes from, the mid-range stuff. Especially when we're talking about like 89 to like 91, 92 MJ, where he had the post game. There was just nowhere like really where you could just slow him down. People say, oh, he couldn't shoot the 3, but like it just didn't matter. Like for the time in which he played, it just didn't matter. Jokic is obviously the best passing big, the post hub stuff, elite screener, offensive rebounder. He is one of the most efficient scorers, especially in the regular season, we've just ever seen. Like he's just walking into 70 true shooting at this point. I've seen shout out to Swiper. Swiper said he's at 72% true shooting this year.
Yeah.
Like that's just ridiculous, especially after how we after like game 1 he had. Yeah, because like game 1 it was stinky, but like since game 1, he is at 78% true shooting. It genuinely is ridiculous what he's doing. And I know like we've become numb to it, and I do agree that some people definitely overhype it in some capacity, but it's also undeniable what he's doing at this point. One of the 5 best passes ever in my estimation. Elite scorer, great offensive rebound, everything I've already said. Really good off the ball as well. Like they're running pin downs and stuff for him. Steph, I agree with everything you said. I echo all the sentiments about the off ball stuff. I will say teams aren't willing to give up layups to stop him from shooting. I think more so the miscommunication leads to layups.
Well, yeah.
Like, oh yeah. But I got your point. Magic, I think the case for Magic is just like it really was just a dynastic run of offense with the Lakers, spearheaded by his ability to push pace. In my opinion, the best passer to ever exist. You downplay some of his like half court game, but if we're talking about like peak Magic 87 to like 90, 91, he just was really good in the half court. Like uber efficient scorer, really good post up player, could score whenever he wanted to get 2 feet in the paint, really good floater, really good hook shot. Had the set shot, jump shot that wasn't like oh yeah, Magic, oh great shooter. But like we're talking about someone who's a 90% free throw shooter, could get 2 feet in the paint at will, could score with great efficiency. I think we're talking about like +7, +8 relative
He
true
was
shooting
very efficient.
consistently,
Yeah.
while being the best passer on the planet by quite a significant margin. And in the playoffs, his scoring volume would increase, the efficiency would maintain, and his playmaking would head to extraterrestrial levels. So like all of that culminated in some of the best run of team offense ever. And that's like the same case for Steve Nash. The only like pushback I have against Steve Nash, I actually don't have that much pushback for Steve Nash as an offensive player. Like I genuinely think like he's as close to a flawless as an offensive player as possible. But I do agree with the sentiment that he benefited from the best offensive environment in the league, in a league that was changing. So like I know I missed a relative, but like I think relative does have to come with like some
Context around it.
of like if your team is built like so far ahead of the curve that like you're flooding teams offensively. Yes, you are dominant relative to the rest of the field, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're better, like to the degree in which it would suggest. Like, I do think he's one of the 10 best ever, no doubt. I'd have him in the top 8. I'd have him there with Kobe would be in that group, Shaq, KD maybe. Like they would be like my next names up. Nash is definitely there for me. It's just we're talking about like 4 of the top 10 offenses are like Steve Nash led. But I still think he's the second best passer ever. Ability to push pace. I'm really high on his shooting ability. Could scale up the scoring volume when needed. Definitely was treated as a threat to score. His handle was extremely functional. I just think when it gets to like this level, like you end up splitting hairs. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Like I don't think you're wrong for having Kobe at 3. I don't think someone's wrong for having Jokic at 1. I don't think someone's wrong for having MJ at 1. I don't think you're wrong if you have LeBron at 4. I don't think it's wrong. I just think it comes down to what you value. But there are like 9 guys I would probably consider for that 5-ish spot. But they would be my front runners for now. Hello, Casual.
Understandable.
What's up, buddy?
Let me get to Jason Grills. What's up? You've been up here for a minute. You got everything situated? Got your fan off? Are you still there? Jason Grills?
Welcome to the struggles of an open gym type style.
Going once?
There you go.
There
It was muted for a sec. It was muted.
Okay.
But I'm in a different environment right now, so kind of
Okay. So yeah, you sound better now. What is it that you wanted to get into?
Recently I've been a lot higher on scoring. And I gotta take that. I ain't want to say that first because I had like a day or 2 long KD and Steph debate.
Okay.
Would I be wrong if I said KD possibly peaked so high as a scorer that I can say he's probably one of the 3 best offensive players I've ever seen?
What years are you saying he peaked out at? Like what years?
14 to 17. I think those were like the absolute peak of KD.
14. Well, but immediately 15 gets thrown out because he wasn't there.
Yeah, so it'll be 14, 16, and 17.
Okay.
That's what it's saying.
Do you care about the droppage that KD saw against Dallas and Golden State in 16? How much of that do you factor in when you're making that statement?
I think part of that is I think part of that's shot making, which also is going to take into account. I think part of that was the spacing that his team had. That's got to take into account. And I think that obviously I don't think KD's like perfect, but I think that when it comes to outputting offenses, even if we include 16, I've rarely seen anyone that's outputted as consistent offense as KD.
Are you saying offense is for? Oh, okay, scoring. Okay. So you think KD is the greatest scorer ever? Is that an argument you're making?
No.
But
no?
I have a follow up.
He'll probably have MJ.
I think MJ, but MJ is the best offensive player ever to me.
And then who's number? And then who's number 2? And then who's number 2?
As scoring, KD.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think it's a gap at all. I think
Well,
they're
going back
right there.
to the playoffs, because Dallas and Golden State. What would you say if I said that spacing wasn't a problem for them in that series against Dallas? Serge Ibaka shot well from three. Westbrook shot well from three. Deion Waiters shot well from three. Three key contributors on that unit, and KD still failed to be able to score at a competent efficiency.
That's what I'm
Especially,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't shoot well. Sometimes you play bad. That's definitely an indictment on KD and the fact that there are definitely going to be times where he doesn't play well. He's not going to live up to the offensive prowess that I think he can live up to. But I definitely do think more times than not, I can count on KD producing elite level offense than him having a Dallas series ever again.
but compared to like somebody like Kobe,
that's where it gets hard.
Because Kobe, for better or for worse.
That's why this take is not like me saying KD is stamped top 3. It's like I can see myself having KD in top 3 the same way I can see myself having Kobe in top 3.
Okay.
When you're saying top 3, you're saying top 3 offensive player, right? Not just score. I'm just trying to make sure what you're
offensive
saying.
players, yeah.
Oh, he's saying offensive players.
Then to me, Kobe is like
the
Kobe that
I
used to be really low. I don't say low, but I used to be lower on Kobe because I was lower on scoring in general. But now, I think Kobe's even better than like Jokic offensively right now. Like that's how high I've even got on Kobe.
Because you're starting to value putting ball in hoop.
I think the value of just being able to constantly curate a shot for you and he wasn't even a bad passer either. So being able to create a shot anywhere.
So in the year that you picked out,
amazing.
14 to 17.
No, I'm talking about Kobe.
Oh no, even for Kobe, but going to Kobe, and this is going to what I'm glad you brought it back to the scoring value. Yeah. He's starting to help like restructure his value on offensive players overall. For somebody like Kobe, it wasn't just the fact that he was scoring the basketball; it was the relentlessness that he was providing in terms of scoring. Specifically, especially getting into the teeth of the defense and his ability and willingness to take those tough shots that force defenses to have to stay on heels at all times. So when they finally, when they kept giving in and Kobe is seeing consistent looks, eventually he's going to make those looks to like upheld the negative that he's providing with that tough shot. So sure enough, he's not shooting as efficiently as KD, but that's because he's taking more shots, and specifically he's taking more shots in a least efficient era and the least efficient shots. So for Kobe, and like which I would argue like 06 to 08, but I do 1 year peaks specifically. So I would argue like 08. I think Kobe was so aggressive as a scorer that even if he wasn't translating efficient wise, he was still so aggressive that defenses is still having to attend to him as if he's making those shots, because you don't know when he's going to start to get those stretches of making shots at a consistent rate. And at that point,
I respect that. I respect that. So like,
versus KD, who's not as
not nearly as aggressive as Kobe.
Yeah, he's not as aggressive, and he the
volume the KD low volume.
But then hold on.
I just don't think this applies to 2014 Kevin Durant.
No, 2014 is fine, but he chose 16 as well.
Well, he said he does 3 years, so he did 2014.
Yeah, he's doing a stretch.
But now he really do 4 years because he's
but that's what it's like. If I say Pete Kawhi is Pete Kawhi is like 17 to 20, it's like with the caveat that obviously 2018 doesn't count.
Yeah.
So 15, like you used to do 14 to 17, it's like with the understanding that 15 isn't there. So if you say peak Steph for whatever reason is 18 to 21, it's understanding 2020 is just a year.
But if you're doing Kawhi, why wouldn't you do 19, 20, 21? Like I'm saying, if you know that one of those,
I agree. I do that because I want 3 consecutive years.
Yes,
but I can understand someone saying, well, this guy just missed the whole year. But I still think 14, 16, and 17 are the 3 best years. If 15 he played, maybe it would have been 15, 16, 17, but he didn't. So I understand both sides. I don't. However,
I've never
how they do it. I'm not.
I think the problem.
I've never liked the it has to be 3 consecutive years.
Why not?
Like if it's 3 years, 7 years apart, you're kind of losing me.
Well, no. But I'm saying like if it's something like for example, a lot of reason why maybe somebody doesn't include For Kawhi, the 17 through 20 being his peak is because like, oh man, he didn't play in 18. But if you wanna include where he's still holding most of his like all-time great defensive value, then you have to include 17 in that. And then because once you get to like 21, I think he's obviously a better player by then, but he's not the
defender that he was in 17.
Defender he once was.
I agree.
Let me read this power chat very quickly. From the Tribe One, he said top surprise is that the Pelicans weren't thinking of trading the vets when they traded up to get Queen. Next surprise is that CP3 is washed. Well, I don't know why CP3 being washed is a surprise. He's 53 years old.
That's guy number can't one. Really move like that no more. So it's
yeah. I mean, eventually we were going to get here. Chris Paul did kind of hoop last year relative to age, but it shouldn't be a shocker that Chris Paul's done now. We were just waiting. It was just a matter of time, to be honest with you. And to the Pelicans' point, what did you say about them? The Pelicans weren't thinking of trading the vets. Yeah. What do you have to say about them, Mars?
CJ, to be fair, they traded CJ. To be fair, I just think the Pelicans thought they'd be more competitive than they are. Obviously, Zion going down with a hamstring strain. I tried to tell people that losing weight wasn't just going to magically make Zion healthy. As an individual myself, I promise you, just because someone is fat, that's not the only reason they're getting hurt. Just saying that. Trey Murphy was getting a lot of like praise for what he did last year. I think the reality is he is just a limited scorer who's really good at shooting the ball, but like his inside the arc scoring has never been that great. His touch around the rim is not very good, and now we're looking at an offense that is like just bad. And defensively, I think we all knew they were going to stink. Jeremiah Fears is not a good defender. Jordan Poole, I don't know what was going on. I saw Jordan Poole, like he started the season, in my opinion, quite well. Next thing I know, he was coming off the bench. Pelicans people who like people in the know are telling me that him and Willie Green have had some sort of falling out. It's just like it seems to be cooked over there. The only like bright spot that I've seen from what I've been watching is Herb Jones can make threes, and Derek Queen has looked good. Those have been like and Jeremiah Fears. I think Jeremiah Fears has been good for a 19-year-old. But like those have been like the only bright spots. Everything else has just been trash, and they traded their first round pick. I honestly feel kind of bad for
do you think it's time for
disappointing lately?
Do you think it's time for the Pelicans to it's time to blow it up and start over?
I would,
including like possibly trading Zion.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd assume like, I mean, if you're blowing up, I think Zion's got to be like the first name on the block. I don't know what Zion's value looks like now. Like, it's pretty obvious he can't like maintain health. Like, this is like another hamstring injury. This is like 3 straight years he's been dealing with hamstring problems because of the playing against you guys. Then last year he hurt his hamstring again, and then now he hurt his hamstring again. I think it's the same hamstring each time. Like, I don't know what team is willing to invest in that. But I would be blowing it up. I don't think you have a franchise player to build around right now, and unfortunately you traded your first round pick in the draft that looks stacked. But you're currently going nowhere. So why not try recoup as many assets as possible? Maybe Atlanta want to give you the pick back for Zion. Who knows? But like something, because this is bad. They're not the worst team in the West. Shout out to the Mavs, but they're pretty close to it. And that's very disappointing considering I didn't expect much from them, but I didn't expect them to be this bad offensively. I thought they'd be like a decent offense, bad defense. They're just bad on both sides of the ball, and it's not where you want to be in a team that's not trying to tank.
Absolutely. Very quickly, shout out to that YouTube chat. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. One other what do they call them on YouTube? Power chat, super chat,
super chat, YouTube,
super chat on YouTube, power chat. Okay. Another one was Luka better passer than Nash. Fight me. I don't agree with that. Maybe not yet.
That transition passing is a big gap, in my opinion. That's a gap.
I think the interior passing. I think there's an interior passing is different.
Yeah, the interior passing, and just I don't think Nash is just a more willing passer than Luka. For the Luka fans that, by the way, because I've been seeing this, people are starting to call. Well, not starting. He's kind of had this rep before. Luka's a ball hog, and then like Luka fans counter that point with, well, the average is 11 assists. I mean, yeah, but y'all see how he plays. He does spend a lot of time on the ball. Like that it's a fact. His time of possession is always amongst the highest in the league. Just because you get assists doesn't necessarily mean you're not hogging the ball. Because ball hog doesn't just mean you shoot the ball all the time. At least not to me. It's do you have the ball a lot? And he does. So just wanted to make that clarification. I will
say when you have the ball that much and you're like top of the league in usage rate, that's kind of Pick one. Either you have the ball a lot, but
finishing the possession. Too.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's where it gets kind of like shaky. But I mean, when you're like maybe the best heliocentric player we've ever seen, maybe.
Yeah. That's why I don't complain. Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. Especially like you run a pick and roll offense with Luka, you're gonna have good results. But it's like I probably wouldn't have the most fun like being Luka's teammate.
No, absolutely.
But I also know that it's gonna lead to success. So like it's tough. Like I don't think there's an objectively right answer to what's the right way to play. But it's not my favorite style of play. I'll say that.
Jokic Glazer, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
Here we go.
What is it that you wanted to talk about? As far as the top 5 surprises or anything else that you want to talk about?
You want to guess?
Mars, you kind of laughed off when someone on the show was talking about how Jokic could be the GOAT peak.
So if yes, I absolutely laughed off. Yes, I did.
If we're comparing Jokic to 2018 LeBron, right? They're both GOAT levels of offense, same tier, and they're both average to a bit above average defense, right? Because the way Jokic ramped up the defense.
Sure.
This playoffs and to start this season. And then if we go to the earlier LeBron, the Miami 2009, there was a better defender. This was a man that was capable of the 2011 finals, 18 points per game. What he did in the fourth quarters, 18 points, 17, 15 on 38% shooting to start the 2013 finals of his peak season. But you're telling me Jokic can't compete with this man? Explain.
What's
Explain,
funny?
Mars.
This shit really disingenuous.
Why is this?
Okay, I'll go through things in the order I remember them. I don't think 2018 is Bron's peak, but for the sake of the conversation, we'll entertain. Sure, I do think 2018 Bron, and I don't know if he was using last season Jokic or 23 Jokic. I think the same point would probably still apply. I do think they are both top 5-ish offensive players ever. So if that means same tier, I can agree. I do agree that they were both meh on defense, especially 2018 Bron in the regular season, especially 25 Jokic was bad in the regular season, but in the playoffs, good work. 23 Jokic, yeah, meh. The issue is when Jokic, especially in 25, when Jokic ramps up the defense in the playoffs, the offense fell off a cliff. Meanwhile, LeBron's offense did not. LeBron's offense in the 2018 playoffs maintained, if not got better, with his scoring aggression, his ability to counter every defense that was thrown at him. That Boston defense was one of the best in the league. Toronto were a pretty good defense. I don't know where Indiana stacked up in defense. And then obviously Golden State were the best team in the league. Really good offense, really good defense, especially in the playoffs. And LeBron was just fine getting what he wanted as a passer, playmaker, downhill threat, scorer, jump shooter against most of these teams. So when I'm talking about LeBron's ability offensively, it's shown to be more scheme proof in the playoffs than Jokic last year. Now, if you want to go to 23 Jokic, I would say you could make the argument it was better than 2018 Bron, solely because he shot outlier well from 3. You can make the argument. The issue is, I think, when you start comparing it to Bron, that even like the year before, 2017 Bron, my hot take, I guess, is that I think 17 Bron was better than 18. Mainly because I think he was just more engaged on the defensive side of the ball. I think his playmaking was at a higher level. The off-ball stuff, because he had a guy like Kyrie being able to play off of him, was more valuable. And he was playing elite level defense, something that Jokic just never did. That's where you start to see the gap be kind of created We all had, well, I know Real Talk has Jokic a top 5 offensive player ever. I do. I don't know where casual stands. So, like, if you're saying purely offensive peak, yeah, you can make the argument that Jokic is the best offensive peak. You can make that argument. The issue is, especially when it's compared to Michael Jordan and LeBron, two people who I think everyone up here would say also have top 5 offensive peaks. They were both elite on defense, especially Michael Jordan, who I would argue defensive and offensive peaks overlapped. Like, that's why I think he probably has the highest peak ever, because offensively 89 to 91, 92, and defensively he was the best 2-guard defender in the sport, probably, unless I'm forgetting someone. The best offensive player in the sport, best scorer in the sport by a significant margin. Jokic doesn't have that level of two-way value where he's trying to compete with these guys. It's like the Magic Johnson thing. He's trying to compete with these guys solely on one-way value, and I just don't think that's really possible, which is why I think there's always going to be a ceiling to how high that peak can really be, unless he's playing legitimately really good defense. And I don't know if he's capable of doing that. I think this year he's actually playing quite good defense to start the season, but all defensive level, I don't think that's possible. So I hope that answers your question.
So Jokic having to play OKC, isn't that a defense where it's like you can make excuses for that? Like if even 2018 LeBron had to play that defense, and the 2023 he shot 40+% on threes. In 2017 wasn't KD cooking LeBron on defense?
I would actually argue that it was also Richard Jefferson, but yeah, we could say that. KD, one of the 5 best scorers the game has ever seen, was able to score against LeBron James. Yes,
in great space as well. Yeah,
maybe the most immaculate spacing the world has ever seen. But yeah, I think most of LeBron's value on defense at that point came with his IQ, defensive rotations, transition defense, hands more so than his on-ball, like, ability to stop someone. He was switchable, like he could be implemented in switching schemes, but most of his value came away from the ball being a quarterback of a defense. It's gonna sound weird calling LeBron a poor man's Draymond Green, but that functionally was his role on defense. And I think that's where most of his value comes. So yeah, I just think he was better on defense. And if you want to say they were equal, even Jokic was better on offense. I do think defensive, being an all defensive caliber player probably does outweigh the marginal at best offensive gap that you're providing for Jokic.
Jokic Glazer, I'm curious, where do you have Jokic ranked all time?
Number 1. Well, MJ probably because the offense and the defense peaked same time, but LeBron, since the defense and the offense peaked, so yeah, I think Jokic has a higher peak than LeBron. Yeah.
So Jokic has the second highest peak ever.
Yeah, second highest peak ever.
Yo, this Nikhil's.
Well, it was fun.
Yo, we gonna get rid of.
Well, we gonna get rid of him for that?
Oh, I did not know Real Talk was like this. Oh,
hey, I'll fuck with Real Talk. Let's see what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do. Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
I wanted to ask you though, because I agree with everything that you said. Also, as a side note, I also think that Jokic has a top 5 offensive peak of all time. But how much of what the way in which his game switched or flipped or regressed, let's say regressed offensively, how much of how his game had regressed against OKC, Minnesota, in both instances, how much of that gets taken into account, or even the Clippers to a certain extent? The fact that Jokic started to work more outward as the series progressed and started to be more of a 3-point shooter, a perimeter-oriented offensive player, how much of that gets held to his standard of, all-time, peaking at all-time levels? Because I think that to the LeBron point, LeBron in 2017 to 16, sure enough, he didn't go up against all-time level defenses, all-time level defense like OKC. But he also was, even when he went up against elite defenses in years prior and after, like the Golden State Warriors in 16 or the Boston Celtics in 2018 without Kyrie, he was still providing the exact value that he typically provides that makes him the all-time level offensive player that he is. He's able to attack the rim, reckless abandonment, while also still being able to make high leverages passes at a consistent rate, how much of that get held to Jokic? Because Jokic in both elimination games resulted essentially to being more perimeter than interior.
Very quickly, because I do need to read these super
Yes, sir.
chats. One says W Real Talk, love the content you've been sending out. Biggest surprise has been the pace and level of play has been unbelievable. Also, the top 5 players. To that, I will say I actually, when Mars pointed out, I think it was Chicago's pace, the last panel episode we did, and I asked him like, "What is it?" I believe he said like something like 104 or something like that. But whatever it was, it's 12th this year. And then I asked him where would it have ranked last year, and I think it was 4th. So that is, that is something that I'm paying attention to. Like, we are playing very, 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 very fast basketball right now. I am interested to see if that keeps up for the entirety of the season, or does it wane as the season goes along, and maybe legs tire a bit because it's game 50 or whatever in the regular season. I think that is definitely something to keep an eye on.
I didn't know that Miami is leading the league in pace right now.
The first time in my life.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're playing fast as hell. Something I said they wouldn't do. They never have. Yeah, so talk about
Mars was hating on my team. Yeah.
Shout out innovation.
Whoopsie daisy.
And remember, you guys can request up. I find it funny. This was a good microcosm of the problem with the basketball community right now, right? Because when I kicked Greek Goat off, it wasn't a problem.
Oh my God!
When I kicked off the Jokic nigga,
that is facts. That is facts.
No. We not gonna do this. We not gonna do this.
That's what it is.
He kicked Greek because Greek was He kicked Greek because Greek was interrupting all the time. He kicked Jokic Glazer for giving his opinion.
So he's lacking context. So he lacked context, like Jokic Glazer. Hey man.
Oh my God.
Hey man.
Hey man, I'm just standing up for the underrepresented, man. Shout out to Jokic Glazer, man.
Hey man, whatever you want to call it, bro. Casual, is there something you wanted to get into?
I wanted to because y'all were talking about surprises. The biggest surprise for me so far has been actually Utah, and specifically Keonte George. I think going into this season
very quickly.
Oh well.
And do different faces. We're getting some headshots for you.
Oh, got it. I think going into this season for Keonte, I was a little bit confused as to like where exactly he's going, because the efficiency maintained even though the volume went up, and it's not like he doesn't have spacing on his unit. And then the facilitating as well, even though the stats say that he's gotten better as a facilitator last year, I felt like he didn't really move. I just think he had the ball in his hands more. But this season, I'm actually seeing his attention to detail actually progress to where he's actually coming off of screens, looking for angles to be able to pass. I also think that as a scorer, I think he's starting to realize that him just solely relying on three-point shooting is not the way to go, because he's just not that good of a three-point shooter. And don't get me wrong, he's still taking like 5 or 6 three-point attempts a game, which is lackluster to say the least. But I do think his athleticism being on display this year is why his efficiency overall is going up. I actually also think he's getting to the free throw line more this year than he did the last 2 seasons. And I think majority of that has to do with him just leaning more into his explosiveness, and I appreciate that.
Facts. I really like Keonte. This year, I'm not the biggest Keonte fan. His first couple years, I thought there was flashes of talent, shot making. I didn't expect him to be like a point guard. I didn't expect that to be the transformation he made when he came in. I thought he was going to be an off guard, but shown a lot of willingness as a playmaker. And I got to give credit to the Jazz offensive system. There's just so much movement at all times. Will Hardy does a good job of trying to make everyone a threat. And I think you saw it last year with Isaiah Collier, who couldn't score from anywhere. But one thing he could do really well was pass the ball. And I think Keonte has shown that growth as a playmaker this year to a high degree. I can't remember if it was... When was Keonte last in Summer League? Was it last year?
I think that was last season.
Because I remember watching him in Summer League and he was like getting to the free throw line a lot. And I thought that's when he was going to take the leap last year, and then he didn't.
I did too.
But this year he's definitely, to your point, made like a conscious effort to try to get to the free throw line more, draw more fouls. I think that's what's really seeing the skyrocket in his efficiency, because I don't think he's been shooting the three particularly well.
No.
But I do also I think he's a better shooter than the numbers suggest, so it's weird.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe it's just he has irrational confidence. So I'm putting stock in the fact. Yeah. So maybe it's like, maybe I'm thinking like, there's no way you're a bad shooter, but you're shooting all these dumb shots. You must be able to shoot if you're willing to shoot this. So maybe I'm giving him benefit of the doubt when I shouldn't. But I do think he is somewhat a better shooter than I think the numbers portray. I think maybe his free throw percentage will bear that out somewhat. But it's also just possible he is just a streaky shooter, which is entirely plausible. But I do think he has the potential to be like a pretty solid point guard for a while. I don't know if I see all-star like upside or anything, but just being a good player, I think is great value from someone who's drafted outside the lottery. So I think Utah got a good one. Unfortunately, it's at the expense of Isaiah Collier, who I'm yet to see this season. But who cares? We'll see.
Well, I think Isaiah Collier got opportunity more so because they needed. I think they were trying last year. They were trying to like see exactly what they had. So going into this season, they knew who to give away. And I also think that part of the reason why they gave him opportunity as well was so that they could be able to see if they should keep him or let Colin Sexton go. And obviously they went with the latter. And I think that ultimately is leading to Utah having a well-roundedness. Now it comes to that coach. I like Handy because I think he's implementing slowly but surely each season a set or two that is more reliable for Utah to be able to get more comfortable using. And now with Lauri Markkanen on the floor, and we know what he can be able to do offensively, it does apply more less pressure on the guards that have to be able to get down, be a downhill threat. But that being said, though, I think that the coach is going to have to speed up the process a little bit, because we're getting to the point where you're getting this talent, but you're not actually putting it into practice fully. And it just, for the offensive talent that they have right now, it makes no sense for them to still struggle to be able to put points on the board for stretches. Like, it doesn't make sense for that to happen, but it'll happen over time.
Keem, get your profile picture together, bud. I don't know what you got going on. Yeah, get that together. So I brought back the Jokic Glazer. Okay, so now y'all can stop complaining, right? As far as the Keonte George and the Jazz, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a whole bunch of Jazz basketball so far this season.
You're missing out.
Will be looking at some of his individual possessions. I have seen just from his box score that he's been playing pretty decent. You know, he's been playing pretty well. So shout out to him. I know that's Swiper's Baylor brethren. Fun fact about Keonte George. There was a high school AAU like big tournament in Houston some years ago, and my at the time, my ex's little bro like kept up with Mikey Williams and stuff like that. This is when Mikey Williams was in high school, and so I took him to the tournament to see Mikey Williams. I'm not gonna lie, Mikey Williams had the whole gym packed. The shit was crazy. It was like we went to like literally everybody was there. Like, yeah, there were some other top players in the country are there, but everybody's there to see Mikey Williams. Mikey went out there and proceeded to score like 11 points. That being said, the following game, Keonte George participated in, and I was asking around, trying to see like, okay, who are the best players in the tournament or whatever. And somebody was like, yeah, this Keonte George, he's like the number one shooting guard or whatever in the nation right now. So we stayed and watched that game, and Keonte was hella nice. I was like, okay, might keep up with this player for a little bit. So I did keep up with him a little bit while he was in college. And I'm glad to see that he is panning out because the first couple of years were kind of rough. I do know that.
Yeah.
First year or two, however
He
many years he's in.
from Louisville.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's from Louisville.
Okay.
He only like 4 hours up the road.
Time shit.
That is
King.
All right, there we go.
Hello?
That's better.
Yeah, way better.
A child in your
Way
picture is
better.
a little questionable, but I get it. It's better.
I guess King's not there. Jokic Glazer.
Okay, just responding
Continue
to
your GOAT Jokic case. Matter of fact, I feel like I don't know why y'all do this as Jokic fans. Like y'all aren't willing to just go all the way there. You feel me? Like, don't tell me you think Michael Jordan is better than him. Stand on your nuts and say, I think Jokic is the GOAT because that's what you really think. Go ahead.
Okay, when we talk about the two probably worst matchups Jokic could have faced, it's probably Zubac and the Clippers and probably an all-time OKC defense. So when casual Mars, you guys are saying the offense didn't translate, it probably was under the worst possible circumstances to translate. Probably under most circumstances, it would have translated with legitimately above average defense that he showed last playoffs and to start this season. So I just think we're taxing him for an all-time defense that no one probably would have looked that great against. And then it reached to Zubac, which historically that's been his worst matchup. So me doing a bit of projection and saying it could have translated where you would have had good offense levels and then an above average to average defender, which is a similar recipe for what 2018 LeBron was. But because of nostalgia bias, because it's the name LeBron,
No, that's you
for
being.
some reason
You're
LeBron's
playing a
clearing
hypothetical right now, bro.
Jokic.
Playing a hypothetical. You're saying he would have
It's
translated.
safe to assume that he would have played better than.
But why are we assuming?
The
We're going based
OKC.
off of what they actually produced and what they actually showed us.
It's unfair that someone has to play the greatest defense of all time and then the
You
best
think OKC
matchup.
is the greatest defense of all time? First off,
Okay,
they're historic
arguably.
defense. We're playing semantics. We're playing semantics.
Someone says that I wouldn't argue
it's
too
one
much.
of the
Yeah.
great.
Probably.
I mean, there is context. Like I'm not gonna get this anti-Jokic to where I can't like be, have some common sense to the fact that OKC is one of the bare minimum top 5 defenses ever. And that is who he had to play. Like I'm not gonna harp on that too much. But what I will say is y'all presented Jokic as this player who it didn't matter the defense. See, that's where y'all go. That's where the problem is. It's not that I can't sit here and admit that, he should probably drop off in production and efficiency and all of that when he plays OKC. It's the fact that he was, scheme proof and this, that, and the third, to where now y'all want to add that context. However, that wasn't the arguments that y'all were making prior to said series. That's the issue. But yes, I do agree that I'm not going to hold it up against him. Oh my God, he dropped off against the Thunder last year. Like,
well, no, under the context of having the second highest offensive peak, I actually am going to hold it. I'm going to hold it against him, and I'm going to hold it against him because it's not just the fact that you struggled or your game struggled to translate against an all-time defense. It's because when they threw to Mars's favorite word, a gimmicky scheme of putting Caruso, a 6'4" guard, behind Jokic was struggling to maintain post position. That's a problem. He has to be acknowledged for that flaw. That's not nobody's saying that he can't be a top 5 pick. The 3 gentlemen up here have already acknowledged that he has a top 5 offensive peak. But to say that he has a second offensive peak, that means that he translates against all-time level defenses. That means he translates against elite defenses. And under both of those categories, because he didn't just do it against OKC, he did it against Timberwolves, he did it against the Clippers to close that series out. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge it, but the others, the ones that people don't want to talk about, they actually came through for Jokic while he was struggling to be able to score efficiently in the interior. So if we're going to acknowledge something, we need to also acknowledge these players being able to we need to acknowledge these players being able to specialize in a specific asset of the offensive game that makes them as good of an offensive player as they is. And when they go up against talented defenses that are designed to be able to stop that, they have to be able to either circumvent and come through in another way, or they have to find a different outlet. But Jokic, in those occasions, he didn't find another way. If anything, he found a least effective way to be able to come through, and it didn't come through. So yeah, he deserves to
have me argue for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I get what you're saying, but I feel like outside of like maybe prime MJ, everyone has fallen like susceptible to an elite defensive scheme or coverage, whether that be peak Steph like struggling against certain switching defenses, whether that be Kobe in like 08 against the Celtics struggling when teams overloaded the court and he was shooting into double teams because whatever reason he chose to do that, and then you saw his efficiency tail off. Whether that be LeBron routinely struggling against San Antonio when they're conceding jump shots and are able to match physicality and dig in the lanes, or Dallas, if you want to call that part of his peak, whatever you want to call it. Whether that be Kevin Durant, like you illustrated earlier, struggling with physicality, people bumping him off his spots, smaller defenders getting up under him, the handle, like whether that be him, who else you want to, whether that be like Shaq struggling with certain double big looks, or when people are able to match the physicality, whether that be Arvidas or Tim Duncan. Who else is a great offensive player?
I get my
point. You get my point. Yeah, you get my point. Yeah,
I get your overall sentiment. But I will say though, to like Kobe. If we're talking about Kobe versus the Celtics, him dropping off in efficiency as a scorer, sure. But going back to what we were talking about with the KD comparison, the value of Kobe isn't necessarily how efficient of a scorer he is. It's the relentless and resilience that he provides as a scorer, and using that, especially during his peak, because I think his peak is 06 to 08. I think he, over time, doing that within that peak span, is maintaining scoring aggression while being resilient and using his scoring gravity, if you will, to be able to
now you're talking
advantage.
Yeah,
no, he did. No, but he did though.
No, but like it gets,
like he went up against the Spurs, and
but
he actually
it gets to a point where like 7 for 24 is 7 for 24.
Like, I agree.
You maintained aggression, but like I agree in theory, like you're always keeping the defensive balance and off. But like to Jokic's point, but Jokic is also tilting defenses just with his presence. So like I agree that like being relentlessly aggressive means that the defense never has any time to relax. They're always gonna have to be focused towards you, tilted towards you. But I guess to a point where if Kobe is stringing together in series, we're talking about individual series here, like Jokic against OKC, Jokic against Minnesota, where Kobe is having inefficient series, like it gets to a point 9 for 26, 8 for 24, 6 for 25. Like those games are adding up. Like, yes, you're relentlessly aggressive, but you're also damn near shooting your team out the game. Like, so if we're going small sample, a smaller sample as singular series, everyone is going to have series like to KD.
But I'm not holding it to a single. I'm not holding it to a singular series though. I'm saying Jokic, like in last year. I'm saying, it's partially. That's right. I'm saying last year in whole, there's 2 instances within those series between the Clippers and OKC. One all time, one we could say is great.
One just had like the best Jokic defender.
Yeah. In both instances, Jokic went to resulted or he dissolved himself to more of a perimeter-oriented player, which is the least effective he is typically, which is still highly effective, to be fair. But the least effective he is compared to when he's making plays or being able to execute in the interior primarily. I'm saying for somebody like Kobe, which by the way, I think Jokic has a higher offensive peak than Kobe. I just want to throw that out there. But just for the sake of Kobe, I'm saying just for the sake of Kobe, even if we're arguing him having games of 6 for 19, 8 for 21, 7 for 22, he's still providing aggression, engaging that to be able to create opportunities for Pau Gasol, to the which he's keeping these games close still. Because like in game 4? I don't know if y'all have seen like the series in 08 against the Celtics. He's keeping these games close enough to where literally all it takes is a possession or two of executing from his teammates that he's giving them the opportunity to. They're just not executing.
Very quickly, I have some power chats to read, and then I'm going to go to King. He said he has a limited amount of time, so we're going to go to him. Unlimited Z said, my thing is before the OKC series, I was told Jokic would do fine against them, and he dominates them over the regular season, but then he struggled, and now it's like, oh, it was an all-time defense, which is true, but y'all knew that before the series and still said he would dominate. I agree with that sentiment.
I agree.
Joe 6567 said, I do want to ask though, during his peak, how many teams with legit big depth did Jokic play against? Only ones I can think of is Minnesota and OKC, I guess.
That was gonna be my other point. It's like every defense that in theory could slow down Jokic in recent years has. Like
that is true.
Like
interesting.
I think if you're looking through like Jokic's peak, wherever you want to deem that from, I don't want to hold 22 against him because that roster was just not competent at all.
Yeah,
like, I get like he struggled in that series somewhat, like especially early on, but like so 23 onwards. If you look through that postseason run, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe chat. Jaden McDaniels and Cat didn't play in that 23 series, so Minnesota were decimated and Jokic was fine. Then the next series they played the Suns, and I think that's the best series Jokic has ever played. He was dominant in that series. But with all due respect, we know they didn't have
right.
Then it would be the Lakers series. I would argue they actually like functionally their scheme wasn't bad, minus the double teaming from one pass away. And Jokic had amazing moments, and Jokic had amazing moments in that series with like some of the ridiculous shots he made. But even in that series, the Lakers made him play more on the outside. He just ended up shooting like 48%.
That was the run where
you give credit like this one when it comes down to like small samples, you give credit to shot making when it happens, but it's also like he's not that good of a shooter. But he performed against that defense that I would say arguably had the personnel to slow him down. The Heat, the team that was running zone the whole playoffs, and had a 6'9" center, like I think we all knew, that wasn't going to slow down Jokic.
He was in there.
20 and then 24. Who did the Nuggets play in round 1 and 24?
Nuggets played who did they play?
In 24, they played the Timberwolves and the
Timberwolves is in the second round.
It was Lakers.
Lakers. Oh, it was Lakers again. It was Lakers again.
It was the Lakers.
Yeah.
I've erased that from my brain.
And the Lakers, I don't think the Lakers were any better of a defense than they were the year before.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that series completely. But yeah, that Lakers team definitely didn't have the personnel or anything to slow down Jokic. And then the Timberwolves, I would argue, did with Cat and Rudy, Cat being able to take it.
And then Nas.
And then it was another series in which Jokic struggled, and once again, to Casual's point, ended up playing more on the outside, trying to shoot threes, and then once again, now this is where variance comes in. He had the series against the Lakers in 23, where his shot making was on 10, but then he had the series against the Timberwolves where his shot making was on 0, and you see the fluctuation. I would argue the truth is somewhere in the middle. He's a better shooter than he was in the Timberwolves series. He's not as good of a shooter as he was in the Lakers series, but he struggled against that defense built to stop him. And then this past year, the Clippers series, you saw him struggle in one-on-one matchups against Zoo. But his playmaking and stuff still shone through because the Clippers team defense wasn't capable of stopping his passing, finding times and all that stuff. But the individual matchup you could see, and then the OKC defense, I think it goes without saying, despite some people living in denial before the series that Jokic could be slowed down, that team had the personnel, especially Alex Caruso, my goat, to slow down Jokic. So it's like whenever a team has like quite obviously had the personnel or the roster to hinder Jokic in some capacity, he's been hindered in some capacity, and we've been told that's not possible.
It's unwavering.
But it's been nothing but possible for the last 3 years. So that's where it throws me off. I think he's great. I just think some people go overboard saying certain things like he is scheme proof. I think I've said that in the past. So Whoops. I just think some people go overboard and say things that aren't entirely true. But I still think I don't hold that against Jokic more than I hold that against the people who glaze Jokic.
Yeah,
like that's like that's not Jokic's fault that they were lying on his name. But that's it.
But just one more time.
Hold on, I got some more super chats to read. You talking about Zubac like he's the fucking boogeyman? I can't breathe. He's not the boogeyman, but he is a very good matchup for Jokic. I remember a take I made years ago that got laughed off the stage at that point, but it seems to be right. I was one saying for years that if you put Jokic in these other eras where there are legitimate two big power forwards and centers, that he wouldn't perform to the level that he's performing right now. And I was told like those bigger brute centers would give him problems because yes, Jokic can shoot, but why Jokic dominates is because he's able to back down, get 5 to 7 feet away from the basket and make that shot at it seems like 80% clip. That's what makes Jokic, not the shooting, because yes, he can shoot, but that is not primarily what he wants to do. But what I was told then was, well, he would just take him to the outside, real talk, and just shoot jumpers all day like he's Dirk. That's not Jokic's game. He can shoot, and to me, this is also a whole nother conversation when it comes to like mid-range shooting and three-point shooting or just shooting in totality. Like, I think if shooting is your counter, but you do that efficiently, I still maybe won't say you're a better shooter than somebody who is actively always looking for jump shots and maybe is a tad bit less efficient in that. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I feel that.
Let me see. 2017 Bron playoff stats are 33, 9, and 8 on 57, 41, 70 splits. Yeah. Second stint Cleveland LeBron James is Jokic to me respectfully hasn't hit those heights. I'm sorry. Licked Adder said, why is 23 Aaron Gordon not better than 23 Draymond Green? Why is he not? I agree. Is there any
23? 23 Aaron Gordon?
You heard him. 23 Aaron Gordon.
I don't remember what he was doing that year, to be honest. So couldn't tell you.
Winning championships.
Well, I know it's his championship year, but
is Aaron Gordon not better than Draymond right now?
I just don't like. I think the Warriors play Draymond at the 5 too much. I just think we're at a point where Draymond can't be playing the 5 as much as
he's been misutilized.
You put Draymond, you put Draymond next to another big. I still think you're getting that like elite defensive value. I just think you're losing most.
You see the Warriors bigs.
To be a
but I wouldn't say
that's been a problem for a while. That's my biggest issue with the Warriors.
I wouldn't say this is because of a drop off from Draymond though, more so than like. And I've been saying this about Aaron Gordon in the off season, like. If Aaron Gordon got healthy, and now he's back to being this switchable defender who can guard like 3 through 5 basically now. He's back to being a vertical spacer and now a shooting spacer. And now he can score in isolation against mismatches. This is one of the best role players in the league. I don't really, and as far as modern day power forwards, it really doesn't get too much better than as far as what you're asking them to do than like Aaron Gordon. Spaces the court vertically and horizontally, scores in isolation, can defend multiple positions, and can rebound and offer weak side rim protection. What more do you want? What more could you want from a 4?
I also think
50, 40, 90. That's crazy.
Yeah. I also think Draymond's anticipation is still there. It's sort of the LeBron thing that I'll be talking about. Like, I think anticipation is the value that Draymond provides, because when he was in his prime, he wasn't the most athletic player on the court, but he was so good at anticipating where the offensive player was trying to go that he would beat them to the punch almost every single time. And he had the He was disciplined. He had the discipline to be able to be able to stay down pat and play with his hands to be to be able to keep the offensive player in check. I think now what also is happening, I agree with you, Mars, like the five, like him playing the five is a little bit too much at this stage of his career. But I think also what has to be acknowledged is the athleticism that he once had is dissipating, and it was already like not that that big of a gap, but now like he's not able to beat them to the spots as much, not because he can't see that they're trying to get there, he just physically can't get there before them.
Yeah, he has regressed athletically, and he's still an undersized big, so any athletic regression does kind of hurt you even more, which I think is like a misnomer. People think when like a uber athletic person loses like some athleticism, that's more damaging than when someone who already had very little athleticism loses athleticism.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a case by case basis. But can I say another surprise?
Please.
Well, let me see what Keem wants to say, and then we can get into that. Go ahead, Keem.
All right. Thank you. I got 4 minutes, but I just want to say, man, shout out my nigga Russ, bro. I remember before the season, everybody telling him he need to retire. That nigga, he averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 50, 64 shooting as a starter. By the way, for the season, he's like something around like 16, 5 and 7, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, bro. My dog Russ hooping, bro, and he's shooting threes. I remember hella niggas out here telling me he can't hoop no more, and look at him, he hooping. So
I'm glad you actually brought up Russ. Russ has in fact been hooping. I'm happy to see Russ thrive, and in all actuality, I wish he thrived on my team. But it is what it is. We had our right facts. He wasn't hooping with joy. Didn't have that joy in LA. But I am happy to see Russell Westbrook playing well, because I believe, just as John Morant, actually, in fact, it's funny you brought up Ja, but I think the league is better when Russell Westbrook is playing well, and I think the league is better when John Morant is playing well. I really want John Morant to get back to where he was, man, because he was going to be one of the key faces in the league. Like, I know we remember those times; they weren't too long ago. So I'm really hoping Ja can get back. But yes, stay on this. Mario calling me out my name is crazy. But see, if I did that to you, I'd be wrong. But yeah, I'm really happy that Russ is hooping right now. Do y'all have anything to say about Russ?
He's listed as a small forward on Basketball Reference. Did you know that?
I did not know he's a small forward.
Yeah, he's listed as a small forward this year.
They're running 4 guards out there, so yeah, he's the small forward. I've been watching them Kings game. It's honestly some of the nastiest hoops I've seen all season. Like, they suck, but hey man, I'm glad he's playing good. That's all that really matters to me, to be honest.
Do we all up here agree that he's better than Bruce Brown?
Oh yeah, but I was arguing with Swiper when he said that months ago. Because he was talking about, he also said Bruce Brown's more athletic than Russ, so I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know what he was talking about. So
better than Babs.
I just got introduced to this nigga, and I've already heard like 3
Swiper.
Shout out to the guy though. Go ahead, King. One more thing,
before I gotta go. I remember, last season the Lakers, they were like the 3rd seed, right? And so I remember arguing all off season long. I'm like, man, after these acquisitions, man, I got healthy Luka. Man, the Lakers gonna be a really good team. But now I'm getting told out here, Lakers gonna be fringe playing. They might miss the playoffs or miss the playing all in general. This team sucks. Y'all whole team's awful. I'm over here arguing with niggas for hours talking about, bro, the Lakers gonna be good. They got Luka and Luka going crazy. And now look at y'all. Y'all gonna be a great team, man. Especially when Braun gets back. Like, bro, I'm gonna say it. Lakers gonna win the championship, bro. Who gonna stop them? Who can really stop this team? No, listen. Who can really stop this team? Bro, you got healthy Luka,
3 niggas in the
40.
conference alone.
No. Austin Reeves, 2nd in the league in assists. What? LeBron James still ain't even play yet? Dominating? I don't know if he still is, but he was.
Yeah, he was. He actually was.
So, I don't, because he's behind Jokic.
Giddey, man. Respect Giddey, man. Giddey must be high.
So I'm just saying. Bro. The Houston Rockets not moved. The East in general not moved. Who else? Denver Nuggets. Bro, Luka fries that fat man, bro. Get out of my face.
Austin Reeves is fourth in
OKC.
assists. Just fourth.
Okay, he's fourth.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't go that far.
No, he's not like
He
there
was
was.
second.
I
He
think
was
it
second.
was a time because
Yeah, but Josh Giddey
missed
just had
a few games.
14 last night. So
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
okay.
second.
Okay.
He was. I do remember seeing that. Yeah.
Nah,
But
man.
Keem, I know what you're doing, and I'm not gonna let you do it, little fuck boy. I know what you're doing. You're trying to
You're
set the
talking recognize
stage.
an agenda a mile away.
No, I see these from a mile away. Come on, bro. I
Didn't
see what you're
about?
doing. I'm not gonna let you do it. Oh yeah, the Lakers should win the championship.
Bro,
No,
Luka's the
brother.
MVP. That's the
OKC's
championship
in our
team.
conference. I'm not gonna let you do it. He's doing your gimmick.
Let him do it.
Oh, y'all scared
Let
of
him do
OKC?
it.
Ain't no way y'all scared of OKC, bro.
Oh my god,
bro, y'all scared of OKC, man? I watched the poo-poo Mavericks team beat them every single time, bro. I'm not moved by OKC, man. Y'all can get y'all got that fear in y'all.
You know, last year,
y'all
got this season. Yeah, not this
I was about to say not this year.
Hey. Wait, we went to the wire with them, and we're dog shit. So like, hey, I don't
You're
know.
a Mavs fan now?
I've always been a Mavs fan. What are you talking about?
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, but like you had like a get out of jail free card in February. Like
yeah, you really could get out of Dodge if you want to.
Yeah,
nah,
but that was like when it was like ethical to like just abandon the Mavs.
But then we got the first pick, so I was like, oh, okay, we got some motion. Nah, we ain't got.
I'll give you a pass right now. You can just stop. You can walk away, keep your dignity. Just leave him, fam.
Casual. What are you a fan of? What team?
Bucks.
The Bucks. All right, I'm gonna be a Bucks fan, guys. Y'all heard it first here. I'm moving to the Bucks franchise. So all you Bucks fans, shout out Yakeem on your side now.
Happy to have you, brother. Happy to
you
have
good
you.
now, Keem?
He said he think King got dignity. Oh shit.
You good now, Keem?
Who did we just sign?
Niggas in chat know what that means, and now I'm a Bucks fan. So shout out the Bucks.
Absolutely. The Bucks are finna go on a 14-game losing streak.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
By the way, just everybody know, Keem has the worst luck possible. Any team that he champions gets to losing immediately. I've never seen no shit like this before. It's actually incredible. Him and AJ. Shout out my boy AJ. Every time we're watching a game on here, and AJ says, "Oh yeah, that's all swish," every single time, without a doubt. And every time King becomes a part of your FC, you go to shit immediately. Never seen no shit like this before.
Hey, Casual, I want to tell you, I said the 76ers on my finals pick last season, and you saw what happened. So,
oh my god, you're the reason,
bro. PG8, that shit was moving me. So yeah, it was up,
man.
PG8. All right, I gotta go.
All right,
y'all later.
Oh my god, Mars, you set that up because you told him to lead a team first.
Well, I didn't know about this luck thing.
Oh
I didn't know
my
about this.
god, I didn't know.
Oh, my surprise was just gonna be that John Morant
cursed
stinks.
the Texans been cursed.
Yeah.
Definition of
because I know every surprise has to be positive. I'm very surprised at how stinky John Morant is. It's actually kind of sad. The fall from grace. Really. Getting lapped by guys like Tyrese Maxey, I didn't see that coming.
So. Are there any teams you think he can go to and thrive again? Because I think he's done in Memphis, honestly.
I don't know, because I've never been the highest on Ja. Like, now I was never this. This is bad. But like, I've never been the highest. I just think like when you're this limited as a scorer and you're a bad defender.
Yep.
Like there's only like
no, wait, Joe 6'5". You got the fan on or something. Fix your mic.
Yeah. So like when he gets in the paint and the defense converges, like he can make kick out passes, so I'll give him credit for that. But like he's heavily pick and roll reliant in a league that's tending to go more away from pick and roll. Memphis have now had to ramp up the pick and roll volume again because John Morant without Zach Edey and Steven Adams looks discombobulated on offense. But then he doesn't have like the poise or like the finesse to like play off 2 feet in the paint. So everything looks erratic. And then he can't shoot the ball. So it's like you practically have a 0 level scorer. Like you really do. You practically have a 0 level scorer
who needs the ball.
who needs to have the ball to do anything for you. It's like I don't see where that becomes viable outside of like the best spacing of all time with an elite screen. Like you'd have to get John Morant, Steven Adams, and like elite shooters to maximize Ja, and I just don't think that makes sense. So I don't know what makes sense for John Morant right now.
I do. Makes sense. Makes sense. It makes sense for them to trade for him, but I think it would be a terrible move on their part, and they would go back into obscurity. I think Brooklyn has the assets and the semi spacing to be able to like allow Ja to get there. The only problem is like you literally just got yourself out of the situation, and you try to put yourself right back in
a point guard. To be fair,
they do need a point guard. I have heard the Ja to Houston. Couldn't disagree with that more. They don't need yet another ball handler that can't shoot. But Houston, the Rockets.
No.
Who's just trying to get
some of these?
Who's just trying to get Trey, man?
Hold on, because Hades, JC,
Hades, JC.
Are you the devil?
Hades, JC.
Are you there?
What's going on?
What's up with you?
What's up?
I'm good. What's good?
What you want to talk about?
I hear you, Mars, and a couple others like talk about like the league being more talented. I was kind of like trying to like challenge that because I'm not really sure about that right now.
Okay.
Who you think is gonna do it then?
Yeah, challenge it.
Yeah, challenge it.
Go ahead and challenge.
No. I was just saying. Yeah, I was just introducing myself. My fault. I was gonna say that like I feel like now today, the people that are in the league, I just don't think that like are the most talented in the world right now. I think before you actually had the most talented players in the NBA. Like all the most talented players were in the NBA. Now I just think that we kind of like look for people that could perform a role better rather than just being the most talented players in like just the most talented players. I just don't think I think there's a lot of talented players outside the league that just don't have jobs right now.
You don't think that's always
when
been?
Was before? Yeah, when was this before time?
I think like 2010ish just started kind of getting towards where we're looking for people that could just perform the best role rather than be like the best NBA players. And I do think that like there are reasons for that outside of just like I think there is like the fact that the world is more like involved and whatnot. And I also think that our offenses are smarter, but I don't know. The way I look at certain play, and even like the results of like what happened, how this season opened up. Like everyone's just dropping 40, everyone's just dropping 30. Like I don't know. It just seems a little bit kind of watered down, and I kind of get like I don't agree with some people on your panel, like Jordan and whatnot, Ox, but I could kind of see their point when it gets to like how the league looks right now compared to how it did in like the 2000s a little bit. And even the top heavy. I think this is the first year where I'm thinking, okay, this is like the top 5 right now could probably go against any top 5. But before, I felt like the top talent in the league was better than before. I don't know. That's how I feel.
I'll say this. I think that I can see a point about the league being a little more fit over talent. However, I would question that that's kind of damn near always been the case. And I would also counter that with when you say the best players in the world, I would say, well, even if you want to take into consideration, or even if I concede the point that yes, it was more talent over fit in the 2000s and prior, the counter argument to that would be, well, where it's more of a global sport now, and so it's still more competition on a global scale because we've been accepting more and more overseas players, and obviously these players are really good because for the past half decade spanning back to 2020 or 2021, the best players in the world are all overseas players damn near. So even if I were to concede the point that yeah, back then it was more talent over fit, I would then still counter that argument with, well, there's more competition because we are actually now getting more of the best players from the world and not just the USA.
I won't even concede that even in the 2000s it was talent over fit. I think it was fit over talent because there was a lot of coaches that were still following the same ideology following from the 90s, yet the talent pool did not garner that. So it couldn't have been the talent, because if it was the talent, they would have ran the offense based upon the actual best players that were on those rosters, but yet they were using guards who were knowing those guards were better than the bigs and forcing them to just do entry passes to bigs that are not that respectable post scores. So no, it was fit over talent. And then in this era, I still think it's fit over talent. I just think the talent pool is more talented for the fit. So it's always been fit over talent.
Obviously, to a degree. Obviously, I'm just mean like more so today. That's like what it is. Like, okay, we don't really care about all these other. I think the bar has been set so high in terms of skill that now it's just really like, okay, we just need this out of you. Right? Before, if you just had a little bit of skill, they're like, all right, we'll put you on the team. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that the world hasn't improved at all. Like, I'm not saying that. Obviously, I understand like from 30 years ago, it's gonna be better. Like with 30 years ago, we were using pagers for phones. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't, obviously we got better, but I just think the way that we do things now is that you're like Allen Iverson, like just being talented and one, like I don't think that is worth that much anymore. I think you could be Allen Iverson, not have a job. Well, maybe not him because he's a little bit too athletic, but you get what I mean? Like someone who has like real talent that would be like before, like, yeah, you can have your own team or you could really be a star in this league. Now it's like, when I look at John Morant, like John Morant's crazy as an athlete, as a player, and he's never really given me. I never really thought he could do anything in the league. Like he's just not really like that for. I don't know.
I mean, he used to be until he
not
couldn't
really
make.
though. He just was like
no. John Morant.
He was good, but now the limitations are kind of just catching up.
But they were
But
always there.
He's always
the limitations are always there.
shooter.
But if people can't counter limitations, they're not as important.
How much better
now
is Allen Iverson than John Morant? Like realistic,
to me, a lot better.
A lot to me.
Why though? And I'm not disagreeing because that's my friend, but I'm saying like just in general, like they're like how
what does Ja do better? What does Ja do better than AI?
I think the biggest is the ability for Iverson to be a threat without the ball in his hands. That's the biggest difference.
Right.
Like John Morant was actively
I
hurting the team. Allen Iverson could play off the ball as well as he could play on it. That's huge.
True.
I don't think Ja does anything better than AI.
No. I'm not saying like he's my favorite player. I'm just saying like how it operates on a team, like how it impacts a team. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
More willing pass. I don't know if he's better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But okay, we are heading towards the end of the show, so I am gonna go on to our next two speakers. But I do think that is an interesting conversation, Hades. So I hope that you got what you were looking for. You know what I'm saying, and I appreciate you joining the show.
Nice profile, by the way. Yeah, nice profile.
Yeah, great profile picture. Let me see. Who was up here first? Nahari. What's up with you? What did you want to get into real quick?
Man, I want to talk about my Milwaukee Bucks, man. Hey,
type shit.
Once we get our demon point guard on and off the court, once we get them back, shit is going to be up, my nigga. I'm telling y'all, right? Niggas, bro. One thing we're missing right now is a secondary ball handler creator for Giannis. And KPJ, when he got to the Bucks, was absolutely that for us. He can create off the dribble. He can probe in the pick and roll. He's a shot creator in the mid range, and he was shooting the hell out the ball once he got here. So I honestly believe once KPJ comes back, our expectations should be conference finals. The only team I think can honestly beat us is the Cavaliers, bro. I'm not moved by the Knicks.
You're losing me.
I'm not moved by the Knicks. I'm not moved by the Magic. I'm not moved by the Hawks. I'm for damn sure not moved by the 76ers either.
The Pistons are moving?
Cooked.
No, I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not that moved by Pistons. As it pertains to Milwaukee. As it pertains to Milwaukee.
I think.
Are you guys starting KPJ and Rollins, by the way? Because I think that's probably
yes.
At this point, I think you should start both of them.
Both of them need to start. It should be KPJ, Ryan, AJ, Giannis, Turner, and also like And
I agree.
Shout out to Kyle Kuzma. He's been really good. Like niggas ain't talking about it
over there.
Kuzma's
he's been playing defense for sure.
Kuzma's been a defense. He's been passing the ball to players in the right positions. He's been a great in transition. He's been great for Milwaukee. Now I think we're going to be really good this year. We got athletes around Giannis, 3-point shooters around Giannis. All we need is a secondary creator, and KPJ is going to be that.
Why don't you guys go get John Morant?
Because why would we want to put ourselves in the exact situation? We don't. No. We're not doing
secondary creator.
Not doing this.
They already have 7-foot Giannis. 7-foot Ja. Excuse me. They don't need.
We don't need another. We don't need another.
So I suggest the secondary creator, and all of a sudden we'll heartbreakers. Okay,
Robert, to be honest with you, I agree with what Sha said in the chat. Ryro, under the context of where we have the team right now, I actually do think he's a better option than Ja, and he's cheaper.
He's only making like $4. Yeah. He's only making like $4 million for.
Yeah, I like what Ryro provides.
Now everyone Rollins FC. This is disgusting.
Hold on.
I still don't believe.
As soon as he joined the Bucks, it was immediately Ryro FC. Come on, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Nah.
You didn't. No. You didn't. Ari. You was rocking with the Ajax FC.
No, I was Ryan. I was Ryan FC. I was Ryan.
Ajax FC.
AJ was Ajax was cooking. He was cooking for a little bit. He fell off. But listen.
Yeah. All right.
Hey man, like I said, I still believe KPJ is better than Ron Rollins, bro. I still believe that because niggas forgetting about how good he was before he got injured. But yeah, I think
that KPJ is a little bit slept on. I don't know if he's better than Ryan Rollins. But that's not because I don't think KPJ's not good. I just think that Ryan
Rollins start sending Ryan Rollins right in the playoffs, and
his ball handling gets cooked.
The thing with Ryro, and I do gotta tell some of the Bucks fans to pipe down with him. It's the shooting variance that's going on with him right now. Like Ryro is on a streak in terms of shooting, and that's opening the floodgates for attacking closeouts, getting to the rim. And Ryro, and so to also be fair, he's hitting them by the element surprise, so they're recovering late, trying to cover him, and he's seeing these open passes. He's not really doing anything special in terms of playmaking, but once they actually figure him out and figure out exactly what Doc is running, which is essentially just your casual motion offense, him attacking the closeouts is going to get met with a recovery much sooner, and then he's going to have to make that countermeasure. And I don't think Ryan is as good of a scorer in a counter sense as KPJ is. I think KPJ has enough counters with his handles to where he could be able to still find a way to get downhill and create advantages. That's the value. But Ryan is still a better defender than KPJ, and he's a dependable catch and shoot shooter to where I think him playing the 2 is still a viable option, and that's why I think he's
more of a shooting guard. He's not a point guard. He's more of a shooting guard. He's playing out of position right now.
I agree. I think his shooting is going to stabilize once KPJ gets back and he's more off the ball. And that's more so what he has to do more than anything else offensively is just kind of be a spot shooter who can attack a closeout, run second side pick and roll a little bit, but the ball handlers are going to be Giannis and KPJ. But I appreciate you, Nahari, coming up here. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say one more thing.
What's
up? Before I get up out of here, I know y'all saw that weak ass power forward list Reggie Miller and Shaq was making. I just want to say one thing.
Oh yeah, I did a video on that. Make sure y'all tap into that on YouTube. Yeah, that was absolutely atrocious. Reggie Miller getting up and being upset on Giannis, but
Dennis Rodman.
Come on, let's be so fucking serious.
And I just think honestly, what that list told me, Karl Malone got to be the most overrated power forward of all time. I mean,
that's what you gathered from that.
Yes, he's the most overrated power forward of all time, and I can explain it.
Why? Because people have him top 4.
Carl has a case for top 4. It was the
I will never
and the Charles Barkley.
It seems like you're ready.
My moral just won't allow me to entertain this right now.
We can't be singing. Come on,
girl, are you ready?
All right. Well, you be blessed, brother. You be blessed. This show may one day get a sponsorship or something. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Raro, man. Shout out
That'd be
Raro.
cool. Drubo.
Is that the dude in the
Drubo? You there?
Derubo.
I don't think he here.
Going once? Going twice?
Hello, I'm
Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing? What did you want to come up here and chat about a little bit?
Oh, I wanted to talk about the Warriors. Do you think
Okay.
they have any chance with whatever you've seen in the last 10 games with them?
Chance of what?
Yeah, chance of what?
In terms of competing, because whatever I had hopes beginning of the season, I don't think they are as good as what I thought, and I think this year size is a big problem for them. It was last year also.
Yeah.
But this year I think it is a huge problem. Do you think they can improve in some factors in the trade deadline?
Yeah, by trading for a big. I don't know who that big would be, but that's the solution. Maybe Clint Capella becomes available from Houston. I don't know, but like my issue with them before the season was they're too small. In a league that's getting bigger, they're trying to like stay 10 toes on this small ball stuff, and I just don't think is viable with Draymond not being what he used to be. I do think that with Steph, you still do have that unique offense that like is going to be tough to guard no matter what defense you are. But I just think they give up too much on the interior defensively, and they don't have a POA defender either. So like they're not really stopping people from getting to the rim at this point either.
I think they also lack a scoring wing. I think as a backup, because none of their backup.
Well, that's meant to be Kuminga and Jimmy, but you know.
Yeah, the Kuminga will be the one traded for the big and the score. You think they need a backup point forward, so the point guard, when Steps goes to the bench, because they don't have any advantage creators. That's another.
That's meant to be Shohei Ohtani. I mean, Brandon Pojemski. That's meant to be him. So
trade him if you're.
Well, it seems like we got to change the whole team at this point. So like. I just don't think that we gotta get.
It sounds like you really want to say just blow it
big. We need another wing. Like
I don't.
Basically, you're saying outside of Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond, the team's cooked.
Yeah,
and Horford
blow it up and retool.
They can bring in new players. The problem is Steve Kerr and the front office. In Kuminga,
Steve Kerr.
Yes, because I don't. One of the reasons they don't have a big, I think, is Steve Kerr, because he wants to play small ball.
Oh, is it that he wants to play small ball? Or is it that he essentially has no choice?
Warriors get him a Daron Sharp. Walker Kessler is currently injured right now. But if he wasn't, if they would have brought him Walker Kessler or Daron Sharp kind of a big, you think he would have used him?
I'd hope. I couldn't tell you. I'd hope. Like right now, I'd argue he's not going big because like Quentin Post is his best option. And like defensively, he doesn't give you much, but the spacing is extremely valuable. TJD is just quite frankly not that good, although I do think he gave okay minutes yesterday. And then who else do they have? Like Al Horford, who's like a big, but not really a big.
The only hope is between Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Buddy Hield. There is 42 million, and they have 4 first-round picks they can use. But I don't think the front office will do anything with the 42 million and the 4 first-round pick. Otherwise, there are really good players they can get with those 4 first-round picks and 42 million they have, especially with the big 4 they have. They have all their picks, but they don't want to use them. They want to for some reason Draymond and Steph want to protect the future of the franchise. I don't know what the future of the franchise is without them, but they want to protect that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, go ahead. Finish.
I'm also a Denver guy. So you believe what Denver are doing this year?
What do you mean believe? Like as far as are they championship contenders?
Yes, because I think they also have some problems in their. Right now they are playing good defense, but in terms of in a playoff setting, I think the problem remains the same, that there are still 2 worse defenders than Jokic on the floor in the starting 5.
Yeah, I think Denver is. I think Denver is serious. I don't think they're in the tier with OKC, but they may be like the best of the rest. But I do think that OKC is kind of in the tier of their own as far as the Western Conference. But it's very interesting seeing them become a very zone heavy team. I think that suits them well. I think personally they should have been doing this for some time now.
Shout out to Mike
This
Malone.
is actually what I was worried about, to be honest with you. I think them going zone and keeping Jokic around the basket as much as possible benefits them because I mean, the one thing he is a large human being. He's around 7 foot tall. He has long arms. He's he's big and whatnot. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like that being there, if he can meet you early before you get all the way to like your launch point as a finisher or something like that, like that can give you some problems around the
Man,
rim.
just say he's
Man.
protecting the rim. Just say
Nah,
that's
be
what
quiet,
he's doing.
man. Hey, man, I'm giving him his credit, bro. So I do think that should have been what they've been doing,
Do you
and
think he
yeah, I
has
do
been
like them
good
going
on
zone.
defense, not playing within the scheme of the team, but actually good?
You said what?
You guys think he has been good on defense, not playing in a scheme that is viable to him, that making him viable, not like that. Do you think he has been good?
I mean, but he can
I
be
think he's
good
been
in
good.
the context of the scheme.
Yeah, but I think he's been good because he's doing well within the scheme.
Yeah, yeah.
But I that's why I think he's been good. It's like,
Okay.
but that's what defense kind of is at this point. It's like
No,
just
I basically
if
want
yeah,
to ask, would you call
I
him a
still
good
think he lacks
defender?
versatility.
Mm-hmm.
To start the year, I'd say yeah, he's been good on defense. That's what I would say. I'd say he's been good on defense to start the year. We'll see how sustainable it is, but through 8 or whatever games they played, I would say Jokic has been good on defense. He's not hurt his team. He's been actually helping the Nuggets defense, and that defense has been good. So I would give him credit for that. That's what I would say. I'd say he's been good.
Also, before the season, Mars, you talked about that the Western Conference has only maybe 2 bad teams or 3 bad teams at max. You still have that sentiment?
Maybe we're looking at. Well, the Clippers have been disappointing. I would say OKC is serious. The Lakers are serious. The Spurs, the Nuggets, the Blazers, the Rockets, the Wolves, the Warriors, and then I would still give the benefit of the doubt to the Clippers. So I would say they have, what is that, 9 teams that I view as like serious teams, and then like you got Phoenix, Memphis, and Sacramento who are trying to be serious, but everyone else can see what's going on. Well, Phoenix gets some credit because Phoenix have been okay.
No, I think we still know what Phoenix is. We know exactly.
Yeah, we know. Oh,
we know
yeah,
how this story ends for them. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But shout out to Devin Booker and shout out to my great man over the 29 points.
You guys think this year MVP is going down the wire, or if OKC wins 65 plus, SGA got it?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you about the MVP.
It's much too soon.
Yeah, let's wait till let's wait. Until we get.
I need to see the standings start to shake out to like something reasonable. It's too congested right now.
I need a damn advanced analytics to be sustainable. Shit, this is such a small damn thing. It fluctuates. 1 week we were like a top 10 defense, and then like literally by the end of this past week, we were like 11, 12, 13, like bouncing around.
Basketball Reference, the Bucks are 18th in defense. Like all it takes is you give up 130 one time, all of a sudden you go from the 4th best defense to 12th. Like,
oh my god,
we need to see some more. We need to see a larger sample.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming up. How do you pronounce your name so I don't say it wrong?
You cannot pronounce it. It's tough.
No, but say how you pronounce
it. Respect.
Drubo.
Drubo.
Okay.
Yeah, respect me, Drubo. Appreciate you coming up.
Hey, man.
Next time.
Okay.
People don't want to acknowledge that Houston is internationally known, man. We know y'all.
Yeah, stop playing. Newski, what's up?
Oh man, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to get on here. I don't got much time, but I just want to get on here and shout out Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? He is my favorite basketball player ever, and I do think it is good to see that. Like, yeah. And I think it's good to just see him hooping. There have been a lot of. It's been a rough 5 years for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Ever since he went to LA, And I really wish it worked there. But yeah, it's just good. It's fun to see him, just no pun intended, have his joy again. Um, I really would have wanted him in Denver, but I mean, Denver, they hit up one of their old hoes, and they fell in love with one of their memories, and they just wanted to come back. I don't know. It's just you can't beat that sometimes. You really can't. You really can't, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I also do want to address Giannis, because one thing that I was always hearing was like, oh, what is he gonna look like when he turns 30? Like they were predicting like this massive, massive regression. And he's still like in his prime, still a MVP candidate, which, I would kind of expected. So shout out Giannis, leading that Bucks team to as far as he can. And yeah, and congrats on the show.
Appreciate you, gang.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Well, and you too, because you're on here. Yeah, we talked about Russ and Giannis earlier. Again, definitely happy that Russ is playing well. Because growing up, he was also one of my favorite players in the league as well. People really sleep on like how big Russell Westbrook was like in those 2010 years, man. Like he was a lot of people's favorite player or amongst their favorite player. Like, and I've always said Russ to me had more motion than KD over there on the OKC teams. That's just me though. But I remember that era was if y'all remember, that was the fathead era. That's when those kind of first came out, and you get like the big life size poster or whatever of players. And I promise you, I saw a lot of my friends had Russ. A lot of them didn't see too many Kevin Durants. I'm keeping it a K. When you played 2K with OKC, you was trying to rim run with Russ. If you couldn't, you kick it out to KD. He hit the three, but Russ is who you playing with for real. I'm just saying, Russ has been one of them. He's stamped legendary in that 2010s era. So again, I'm happy to see that he's hooping, and of course, Giannis. What more needs to be said about the best player in the world right now? He's just playing at a phenomenal high level, and he's been just amazing. But appreciate you coming up, Newski. Also appreciate you, Casual, for hanging out with us today.
I appreciate you. Me on.
Yes, sir. We finna head on out of here. Mars, I would say this was a W episode number 1. What would you say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say it's not too bad for a show with no name. Yeah, I think we're doing all right.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. I think people been asking for like this type of style back. So shout out to them. They got what they wanted after a while. You're welcome.
I guess so. Thank you, yeah, for joining us. Super chat. I read the super chats, Metro. Sorry, I read the super chats. Yeah, we read super chats over here. Unless there was another one sent on YouTube that I didn't read.
Said you missed the last two. I don't know.
Which ones?
I don't know. The Trib one said missed my last two. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but how dare you, real talk.
At least the Trib, I read yours. You were the oh, hold on. Okay. To add some context so we can stay within reality, with last playoffs with Jokic, he averaged 26, 13, and 8 on 49, 38, 77 splits with 4 turnovers a game. Okay. And then there is another one on YouTube. Mars, I've heard a couple of times from you. I'm higher on Shea than maybe some people. I'm curious what it is you see that maybe some people don't. You want to answer that very quickly?
I don't know. I think I just put more value in what I deem to be a flawless scorer, in the sense of I don't think there's things you can take away from him. Not that he actually has no flaws. I don't think he's a great 3-point shooter. I just don't think that affects his game. I also value having the ball as much as he does and not turning the ball over. I think he just maximizes offense without having to be like this elite level like playmaker or passer, just because he plays up tempo. He plays early in the clock. He's able to get to spots on the floor that are soft spots time after time after time. which means I think OKC have like one of the highest floors offensively because Shea is just so consistent. Have you seen like the stat that like he's like 80 something games in a row of 20 plus points?
20 plus points, yeah.
That's kind of like ridiculous. Like, that really is ridiculous. Like that level of like consistency, I think can't be understated. I think is really valuable. I also think he's just really good defensively as well. I know like he's on a great defensive team, so it's easier for him to be great defensively.
I see it.
But like I actually think he's good defensively. Like, so I just think he just doesn't fill up the box score. So I think that's why some other people might be lower. But I think he
does the P, but not the RA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he's just not that good for real. I just think he genuinely has a best in the world case. Like that's what I mean when I say I think I'm higher on Shea. Not that I think he is the best in the world, because he might not be, but I wholeheartedly believe there is a very competent case for Shea to be the best player in the world. I don't think it's Jokic and Giannis and then everyone else, or it's Jokic, Giannis, and Luka and everyone else, or it's just Jokic. I think Shea is in that conversation of he has a very coherent argument away from just the accolades for him to be the best player in the world. And that's what I mean when I say that.
Fairs. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the schedule. Saturdays, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific. We will be here doing this show on this platform. So if you're over there on the YouTube chat, missed my last one. Oh yeah, the who jumped higher, Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic? Obviously Nikola Jokic right now, not even close. So the scheduling, we're gonna do this show 2 times a week. One being Saturday, again 12 p.m. Central, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. On this platform, we'll be simulcasting it to YouTube, but it will be streamed on playback. So shout out to the YouTube chat as well. Make sure y'all like the stream over there. We peaked out around like 170 plus over there today. So shouts out to y'all. If you want to get involved in the show, right, and come up here and talk with us, make sure you click that playback link in the description. So then you'll be able to come over here and request up, right? And then you'll have whatever conversation that you want to have over here on playback. When we do the show during the week, it will be on Mars' YouTube channel. It won't be via playback. It'll be on Mars' YouTube. And I believe you have StreamYard, huh?
I do have StreamYard, yes.
Yeah, so you'll be able to click the StreamYard link during the week in the YouTube chat on Mars' channel there. So those, what day would you like to do that during the week? I just know you said during the week.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to your availability. I know you're on the panel on Wednesdays, right? It's Wednesdays, right? So I'd assume that's the day you're free. So I'm fine to do
Yeah, you want to just hop right after the panel and do it once?
So it would be Wednesday. We could do Wednesdays after the panel, maybe an hour after the panel, just to like not right after.
Get a little,
So what would be about 4 p.m., 3:30, 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time that is for you.
3.
3 p.m. Central. And then what would that be? 1 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays over on my YouTube channel, Mars Talk Sports. We could do it through my playback because I do need to start doing playbacks, but I think I'll start on my YouTube because that's what I do. So Mars Talk Sports on YouTube, you'll find me and Real Talk there on Wednesday, and then here on Saturdays over on Real Talk's playback and YouTube. A nice little collab series show with no name.
Not yet. We're coming up with one though. I appreciate all the support on this first episode. Today's definitely been a success. Hopefully, we'll have continued success as the show and the year goes along. But I definitely hey man, hey, playback. Fix the app, bro. You can now send more than $25. Yes, on playback now you can now send more than $25 as far as a super chat or power chat. So, that's available to you if you deem that you can do that. I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody. But y'all know what time it is now as far as when we start. Wednesdays it'll be 4 Eastern. Saturdays, it'll be 1 Eastern, right? And we're going for 2 hours. That's the hope that we get a good 2 hours.
Around 2 hours, yeah, around 2 hours, we'll say.
So that is our time span that we're shooting for, a 2-hour show. So we're about to get up out of here. Of course, you can catch both of us on the panel, Mars Monday through Friday, me Monday and Wednesday. Make sure that you're subscribed to Mars Talk Sports on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page as well. And until next time, it's been real. Appreciate y'all.